With the Rebel rebound, and Rich celebrates a 51-46 victory.
Rich Rebel basketball is on. After returning to the semifinals and graduating 7 seniors last year, the Rebels reload for this season with a young, athletic roster and hopes of another run at the title.
He'll shoot over the top and miss, and Wilson is there for the quick putback. He didn't come down, just in the air, pushed it right back up and in.
Coach Ashley Brown leads the Rebels out onto the hardwood, and the Rebels are ready to run.
Just as the Rebel crowd starts to chant, "I believe that we have won."
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ-FM 98.3. Rebel Radio, with live streaming video at MyLocalRadio.com.
Fires up, left corner, Wilson for three. No, just off the back of the iron, but he gets the shooter's touch. It hits the front of the iron and rolls down through.
Rich High School Hoops is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, by Plains Tire of Evanston, by the Come On In of Casper, the store, by Evanston Regional Hospital, by Weststar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Kyler Wilson rebounds and heads across the timeline. He wisely and sportsmanlikely stops and lets the time run out, and Rich earns the win.
And now, Rebel Roundball fans, pull on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on your Rebels as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Thursday, January 9th, and we find ourselves in COALVILLE, Utah, the home of the North Summit Braves. A couple more non-region games for the Rebels before region play starts, but tonight it's at North Summit. Welcome to the pregame show presented by Gary H. Tusher, CPA, for all your accounting needs. Call 208-847-2601. Tonight, the Rebels hit the hardwood for a battle with the North Summit Braves in Colville. Tip-off is set for 7:30. That's about a half an hour from now, a little bit less than that, a little bit more than that, I should say. And in the meantime, we've got your Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show, including the J-Bar excavation scene set when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Back on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show ahead of tonight's game. If you're tuned in online and you're seeing the JV game in action, the Rebels struggling in this one. The freshman game was close. North Summit earned a 43-37 win, but here in JV action, Rebels are getting blown out 46-12 with just under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Varsity action coming up shortly, and that takes us into our scene set brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. J-Bar, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. Now let's take a look at the visitors first. That's the Rebels tonight. Rich comes in at 1-6 overall this season. Haven't played a region game just yet, and offensively scoring 41 points a game. Defensively, the Rebels allowing almost 60 points per game, and that's down from from earlier in the year. It's also offensively, that's up from early in the year. The Rebels, through the first 4 games, were averaging about 36 points a game. Then they scored 67 over a win over Pinedale, 61 in a close loss to Mountain View, and then struggled last week in their first game of 2020, a 52-25 loss at South Summit. So we'll see how things go here at North Summit for the Rich Rebels. As I mentioned, Rebels last in action with that loss at South Summit, and it's a pretty good athletic South Summit team that put a lot of pressure on Rich and caused the Rebels a ton of trouble. 25 turnovers in the game to go along with just the 25 points. So they matched even on points and turnovers, and that's usually not a recipe for success in basketball or really any sport. Got to take care of the ball better than that, and that's a big key that the Rebels will have tonight if they want to beat North Summit. We'll talk about that in our Thompson Ranch keys of the game a little bit later on tonight. As for the North Summit Braves, they come into this contest at 4-7. Struggling a bit, but they've played a very tough schedule. Similar to the Rebels, they've taken on South Summit and a bunch of other pretty good teams. If you look at North Summit, they've taken on Millard, St. Joseph. They battled Parowan, Enterprise, Ogden, Park City, a very tough Park City team. South Summit beat them 71 to 59. North Summit beat Manila 47 to 44. So that's one game or one opponent we can compare Rich and North Summit, where North Summit beat Manila 47 to 44. The Rebels lost to Manila at the Flaming Gorge Classic 66 to 45. But turnovers have been a big issue, and I think if Rich can cut those turnovers down to 12 or 15, a realistic number, that would be cutting out about 10 turnovers per night. And if Rich could do that, they'd find themselves with a lot more opportunities to score. And North Summit comes in, as I mentioned, at 4-7 overall. They played one region game already in 2A, Region 16, and that was earlier this week, a 57-53 loss against the Altamont Longhorns. And so North Summit, with that loss, dropped to 4-7 and 0-1 in the region. They're scoring almost 60 points a game, allowing around 63 per game. And this is an athletic North Summit team that maybe has given up a lot of points this season, but points will not be easy to come by tonight for the Rebels, especially when you think about the pressure that North Summit is going to put on this team. If you look at that loss against South Summit, 71-59, North Summit had a lead through the first 2 quarters of that game. South Summit came out, had a big third quarter, pulled away, and then it ended up being a 12-point win for South Summit. But the bottom line of that is that this is a North Summit team that can score a ton of points, and they're led by Quentin Jones, who averages almost 18 points per night. And the Rebels will have to be well aware of him and his offensive production. He's not the only one, but he's certainly one the Rebels will need to key on. Looking back at the history between these two teams, the Rebels have, I could only find one time that Rich has played North Summit in the last 20 years. Again, my records on the Lake Town Ledger only go back to the 2001-02 season. And in that span, Rich has played North Summit once. It was February 3rd, 2006. And North Summit won the game 78 to 54 as Pace hits a buzzer not beater. Buzzer not quite. He hit it off the glass. Would have made it a little bit closer, but still a 30-point deficit for Rich. So we'll take a little bit better look at that one matchup these two teams have had later on in our pregame show during the Lake Town Ledger. For now, we'll move along in our Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. This has been the scene set brought to you by J-Bar Excavation, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. Stay tuned. We'll hear from each of the coaches. We will also hear from a standout student. And today's interview that we'll play for you is with Buckwheat, Justin Adams. We'll hear from him when we return on The Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Every excavation project requires the professionals, the equipment, and the strategy to get the job done right. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to execute every phase of your project to create exactly what you're looking for. They have the machinery and the experience to provide quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call them today, 435-793-5855. J-Bar Excavation, 90 North Main, Randolph.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
48-18, just underway in the fourth quarter of the JV matchup. Varsity coming up soon as the Rebels take on the road, the North Summit Braves, 2A Utah. And Rich and North Summit varsity teams getting set to take the floor. We move along in our Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. And our next segment is the standout student. We'll hear from Buckwheat. Had a pleasure of talking with Justin Adams earlier this week on our standout student. With Justin Adams, a.k.a. Buckwheat, at Rich High School, a sophomore. Justin, thanks for your time.
No problem.
It feels weird to say Justin.
Yes, and some people say that, but most people say Buckwheat, like coaches and all that.
Speaking of coaches, how's your sophomore year of wrestling going?
It's going pretty decent. There's some matches I could have won, but at the same time I lost. But it's been ups and downs, but it's been good.
Last weekend was at Bear Lake, right? How'd you do?
I took third place. It was a hard tournament. Most of the kids didn't make it to the third and fourth, besides me and Jaden Rao. But I thought our team did pretty well.
What weight are you wrestling?
220.
So you're at 220. Did you have to lose some weight between football to get down to 220 for wrestling?
No, I kind of stay at 209. Then Cooper wants me to go at least 215.
Okay. So you've had to put on a few pounds.
Yeah.
Does that mean extra steak or what?
Yes and no.
What have you done? Are you trying to just get in the weight room and build some muscle?
Yeah, Cooper wants me to get more muscle in my legs because I shoot a lot and sometimes in my arms, but mostly on my legs.
So that was the next question I wanted to get into, was your personal wrestling style, throws, shots. You just said you shoot a lot.
Yes, that's correct. I shoot mostly firemen's and low singles, but most kids think I'm throwing, but I actually shoot all the time.
How long have you been wrestling? I mean, did you start as a little kid?
Well, I started in probably second or first grade. Then throughout the middle school year, I kind of peaked up, and now we're still thriving.
Buckwheat, so that's, I guess, it for wrestling. I asked briefly about football, and let's talk about that just for a second. Rich Rebel football this past fall. How did you feel about the season for you personally?
I think it's been a great opportunity. I got on varsity center. They were switching people out, but they liked me more because of how good of my snaps. And I just good learning experience throughout high school.
Starting as a sophomore at center, you got some time last year at varsity as a freshman too, didn't you?
Yes, that's correct. I was replacing Deeds or Ander X.
Speaking of Deeds, big bro Ander is in the Marines, right? And then another big bro, Riker, was in the Army. So does that mean you need to be in the Air Force, or what does that look like for you going forward? You thinking about military?
Well, I haven't decided yet. It's pretty cool how they go on, push through it, and honestly, I would go through their steps.
So you may follow their footsteps and join the military. You're thinking maybe.
Yes, that's correct.
If you don't, is there something else that you're interested, or if you do, like you have a certain interest you think you want to make a career out of?
Yes, there's two, welding and gunsmith, which gunsmith can go in the Army or the Marines, kind of go through that step. And the welding, kind of same thing, but different style.
So opportunities there if you decide you want to go.
Yes.
How about the rest of your sophomore year? How are things going?
It's been pretty good. Classes are a little harder than freshman classes, but, I can push through it. I can win tournaments. I can win in class.
That's a life lesson from wrestling. You push through, give that extra effort, and you can do that in class too?
Yes, and including football. Football told me never quit. Never let your team down.
Buckwheat, anything else you enjoy doing outside of what we've talked about? You have any hobbies or play any instruments?
Well, I play for the band. I play bass and guitar. And then I like to hunt and fish for my spare time.
Do you have a favorite animal to hunt?
Not really. Go out and see the wild. Just pretty cool. Seeing all the fun things you can do.
Is that the same with fishing? Do you like fly fishing, stream, pond, lake, whatever?
Just anything. Anything that keeps my mind off of things.
Will you do anything in the spring, golf or track?
Yeah, I do golf. I'm not good at it, but I'm learning.
The rest of your sophomore year, are there any events like prom or the musical or anything you're looking forward to?
I'm looking for the musical because I'm a sailor and, I could be in the Navy. So I think that's kind of cool.
So in The Little Mermaid, you're a sailor.
Yes, that's correct.
Anything else we should touch on?
No,
What's your favorite thing about being a Rich Rebel, Buckwheat?
just like how the people are like a big family. Like we take care of each other. We have their back. They have my back, and just good. Just have fun. Kind of do your own thing. Tease the coaches. Tease the teacher, and they tease you back most of the time.
Sophomore at Rich High School, Buckwheat, Justin Adams. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck with wrestling this year and the rest of your sophomore season.
Thank you. And
It was a pleasure. Thanks so much for your time, Buckwheat. Justin Adams, sophomore at Rich High School. That's your standout student. 50-21, North Summit leads in the JV game. 4:55 left to go in the fourth quarter, and we move forward in our Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. We'll hear from the coaches when we return on the Coaches Show. That's brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. And should mention and thank one of our, of course, Gary H. Tusher, the sponsor of the pregame show. Tax season coming up, and Gary H. Tusher is committed to helping you achieve the highest return on your investment. You can stop in at 110 North 8th Street. Give them a call at 208-847-2601, or visit them online, GaryTCPA.com. That's GaryTCPA.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph.
This is Rich Rebel head basketball coach Ashley Brown here on Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3, and we're about 15 minutes away from the opening tip here on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show.
Welcome to the Ashley Brown Coaches Show, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. Rebels come into this one at 1-6. Meanwhile, the North Summit Braves at 4-7. And, of course, Rich 1A, North Summit 2A. A couple similar opponents, but it's really tough to say how these teams will match up until they get out on the court tonight. No one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll take a few minutes to visit with opposing coach Aaron Priest, and then we'll talk to Rebel headman Ashley Brown and get his thoughts on tonight's game at North Summit. You're tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KDQ FM 98.3, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
When T7 Propane in Woodruff, Utah is your propane supplier, you get reliable, safe, and professional propane service. And that's not all. T7 Propane offers years of expertise, quality product, and the most responsive propane service in the area. For home or other heating needs, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for professional or business propane needs. Call 435-793-4208. That's 435-793-4208.
With Aaron Priest, head coach of the North Summit Braves. Coach, I appreciate your time.
You bet. Thanks for coming. It's always good to have you guys come and this experience for our kids.
It's been a few years since North Summit and Rich played in boys basketball.
Yeah, it's been a while. We tried a couple years ago. We just couldn't get our schedules to work, but fortunately it worked this year to get Rich to play, and hopefully we'll travel out that way next year. So,
Coach, tell me what experience you bring back from last year's varsity squad.
We were super young last year. We started 2 sophomores and a junior, so those 3 are back, and we have another sophomore that's come along pretty good, that he plays a lot of minutes, and 3 seniors that play a lot of minutes, and then juniors. So we're pretty young still as far as varsity experience, but 2 or 3 guys that got a good amount of varsity time last year. So
How do you feel about how things going so far this year?
it's been a roller coaster, to be honest with you. We've played really good in some games, and then some games it's like we're dead and trying to figure things out again. But it's been a good year so far. We played a tough preseason, and hopefully that prepares us going into region and getting ready for the end of the season.
I know one common opponent is South Summit. You guys had a pretty close game with them. At least it looked like on the score.
Yeah, we got up on them guys really early, actually, and had a good lead in the first half. And then, like I said, in the second half, we just got a little too comfortable, I think, and they slowly took the lead and then made a large lead, and we fought back and made it a little closer. But it was a good battle for us.
If I look at your roster, Quentin Jones stands out, big, plus scoring a lot of points. But tell me about your team a little bit as far as, like, size, quickness, speed. What type of team do you have?
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We can create a lot of mismatches, and Quentin helps with that. They've got a double team, and we have some of our perimeter guys that are fairly tall. And Britton Stevens, he's a 6'4", 6'3" kid, and we kind of stretch that position out a little bit. And Wade Morrill, our other guy, he does the same thing at times for us too. So we're able to stretch those guys out, and our point guards are pretty quick off the ball and have a pretty quick first step that helps us get our big guys open. So
what do you see that your team isn't doing in those stretches, like against South Summit when they pulled ahead and got a big lead?
Turnovers have been a huge deal for us. And in those stretches, like the other night against Altamont, we had a lead that game, and we just make some tough passes or some nonchalant passes or don't take care of the ball offensively, and that kills us at times. And it's a mental thing for kids after they throw the ball once or twice away, and now it becomes a mental battle to get back in the game, and that takes its toll on us. So turnovers have hurt us quite a bit in those stretches.
What kind of expectations, or where do you feel like you're at on a two-way level this year?
I think we can be competitive. We've battled pretty close with a lot of those teams, and we should have beat Millard. We've talked about that and a lot of what-ifs, but I think we're right there in the middle of the pack. If a couple things go our way, we're looking better on as far as wins-loss records go. But I think we're right there in the middle of the pack, just kind of like with a lot of the 2A teams here in the state. So,
what about Rich? Do you know anything about them, or what are your expectations against the Rebels?
Well, we know that Rich is always going to play hard, and they're never just going to lay over and let the 2A school or the bigger school beat them. And so we're in for a battle. They do a lot of things well. Coach Brown has done a good job in their discipline, and they seem to play basketball together really well as we've watched them on film and talked to some other coaches, and they seem to do a good job playing together.
Coach, anything else you want to touch on tonight?
No, I think I just appreciate you guys coming and letting everyone get to see and watch high school basketball here in the state. You guys are awesome for doing this, so thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Aaron Priest of the North Summit Braves, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight and through the season.
Awesome. Thank you.
It was a pleasure to talk with Coach Aaron Priest. 1:18 left in this fourth quarter of the boys' JV game, 57-25. North Summit with a big lead, and both teams with essentially their JV starters on the floor, except for one or two guys here and there. Rebels looking to score some final points, work the offense, execute, kind of just work on some things to get better tonight. Rebels will be back in action tomorrow night, hosting Westside, and then Saturday at Bear Lake as this week of tough opponents continues. And tonight at 2A North Summit, tomorrow hosting 2A Westside, and then Saturday at 2A Bear Lake. As for the Rebel girls team, they've got 3 games between tomorrow and Saturday. 2 games tomorrow in the afternoon. 1:30, the Rebels take on Little Snake River. Our pregame will start just before noon for that one. And then the girls take on Saratoga at 4:30, and our pregame will start at about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon right here on mylocalradio.com for that game as well. And then I'm hoping, and I think the schedule should work out. We'll cut the post-game show real short in the girls' game tomorrow afternoon after they take on Saratoga, and hustle over to Randolph for the boys' game against Westside. And then kind of the same thing on Saturday afternoon when the girls take on Farson Eden at 3 o'clock. Should get done with that one in time to head over to Montpelier and do the boys' game at Bear Lake. So a full slate of Rebel games this weekend, including tonight as we get the weekend started. at North Summit. Just under 30 seconds left to go in this JV ball game. Again, North Summit took the freshman game 43 to 37. North Summit won that one. And here in the JV game, North Summit just 21 seconds away from earning the win. 57-26 the score, but we'll see if Jaden Grohl at the free throw line has an opportunity to change things just a little bit before the end of regulation. I imagine North Summit will just run the clock out after these free throws. The Rebel JV team got down big early right from the start. In fact, at halftime, it was, I think, 30-10. Hayden Weston showing some hustle down the stretch. He played most of the freshman game. He's played a pretty good portion of this JV game as well, and continues to hustle down big, but with a few seconds left on the clock. Riley Carrillo just rims around and out off the glass. Couldn't get that shot to go, and North Summit has it. They'll run out the final few seconds. We've got more of your Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show coming up. Rich continues to hustle to the final whistle. Try to contest, get a ball back. Not going to happen as North Summit runs it out. 57-26 the final score in the JV game. Varsity action coming up. Tip-off scheduled for 9 minutes. It'll probably be more like 12 or 15 minutes from now. And we'll continue our Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. We've got an interview with Coach Ashley Brown, plus your Lake Town Ledger, the Thompson Ranch keys of the game, Old Chicago pregame slice, and the Town of Woodruff starters coming up when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
No matter what you need to have printed, Weststar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Weststar Printing. Stop in today. Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Back on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show. Freshman and JV teams both lost at North Summit. The varsity set to take the court in about 14 minutes. North Summit's team out on the court warming up. The Rebels have just taken the court and are getting set to go. A busy weekend in Rebel basketball. This is the first of 3 games for the boys. The Rebel girls will play 3 games between tomorrow and Saturday as well. You're tuned in to the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show, and these coaches' interviews are brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs. 435-793-4208. Stay tuned. We'll hear from Coach Ashley Brown of the Rebels when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well-trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m., we invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
With Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebel boys basketball team. Coach, last game, a loss at South Summit. You hung with them for the first quarter. Looked pretty good.
Yeah, the first quarter they sat back in the zone and trapped us a little bit out of their zone and didn't put much pressure on us. And starting the second quarter, they came out and got all over us with their press and then going man. And we had a hard time getting the ball to our wing to get our sets started. And, for the next three quarters, that's what happened to us.
What adjustments, or do you have adjustments in mind you can do against a team that may play, do a similar strategy?
We just got to be better with the basketball. It's killed us in every single game we've played this year. We've had way too many turnovers, and again at South Summit we did as well. We just have to get better at when teams pressuring us, not panicking and taking care of the basketball and still doing the things that we need to do to run our stuff.
That's been a problem. I remember a couple years ago, turnovers were a big issue, and you improved on that as the season went on. So what are those things, again, that you do to get better?
We just constantly remind them that, you turn the ball over, that's an empty possession, and you also usually give up a layup on the other end so you don't get to play defense either. And, and hopefully that they understand that it's better to get 5 seconds than it is to just turn and throw the ball and let the other team go and lay it in.
Coach, this week, a trio of very tough opponents, and so working on taking care of the ball, it doesn't get easier. It's going to be tough against those tough opponents.
Yeah, and that's what we mentioned after the game. We can say that it was South Summit, and next game will be easier, but it's not the case. Our schedule's hard throughout, and, we got 3 tough ones this week, and they'll all play similar to South Summit. They'll be aggressive. They'll put pressure on us, and we just got to make sure that we take care of the basketball and do the stuff that we want to do and not do what they want us to do.
Outside of the turnover issues, and it may be tough to see, are you executing well because you're not getting into the phase where you can execute, but are you seeing improvement there?
We had when we went over to the Flaming Gorge tournament, and then, we had that break and came back and only got to practice a couple times. And, so the South Summit game wasn't as bad as when we went to the preview, but we still had a hard time executing. We had a hard time scoring the basketball. When you only score 25 points, it's kind of hard to win. So we have to be able to do that no matter what the defense is doing to us.
Do you feel like that's a part of what we talked about earlier, the first couple weeks, first couple games of the season, with the guys adjusting to that speed and level of play at varsity?
Oh, yeah, no question. It's definitely a different speed than what they're used to, and they got to just figure it out, and they got to continue to play hard and do the things we want them to do and take care of the basketball is the main thing. We can't have 20 turnovers and win a game, and that's what we've done so far.
North Summit will be a team similar to South Summit. They're big and athletic.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy going to North Summit. They got a big kid that's 6'6", 6'7", that's a very good basketball player, and they're going to be aggressive. They're going to get after us, and, so hopefully in the next 3 days we can do some things to help the kids so that we take care of the basketball a little better.
Are you seeing, and I guess that's yet to be seen maybe with some of this week as well, but in practice, are the guys working at a pace, an intensity that you want to see?
Yeah, I think they do an excellent job in practice. One thing we have a hard time doing is transferring the drills that we do into when we start scrimmage or playing the game. We work really hard on defense and our shell defense, and they do an excellent job when we're doing it just as a shell. And then when we start playing, we have a harder time remembering what we're doing. But, those are things you can get better at, and we will.
Coach, anything else we should touch on?
I think that's all.
Ashley Brown of the Rich Rebels, good luck this week with North Summit, Westside, and Bear Lake.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Ashley Brown. This has been the Coaches Show, brought to you by T7 Propane. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. If the dishes aren't done, finish them up. Rebel basketball starts in 8 minutes on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Back at North Summit High School, the home of the Braves. Ryan STEINECKERT here and running my camera tonight, Colin Pace. As the Rebels get set to take on the North Summit Braves, we're about 6 minutes away from your opening tip. So let's jump into a couple of items during our pregame show before we get too close to tip-off time and your Scott and Diana Saby Trucking tip-off. Let's get to the Laketown Ledger. And the Laketown Ledger, of course, is brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the mayor and town council of Laketown. And these teams met, I'm sure, plenty of times prior to 2000. But my records for Rich High School on the Laketown Ledger only go back to the 01-02 season. And so in that span from 01-02 to 2020, the Rebels and North Summit Braves have met just once. On February 3rd, 2006, the Braves beat the Rebels 78-54. So the Laketown Ledger tells us Rebels are 0-1 against North Summit. Now, I know that this matchup happened a lot prior to 2001-02 season. These teams were 1A and almost like rivals for a lot of years and played each other in the sports prior to that year, but haven't played since 2006. And so that's where we're at. The Rebels 0-1 in the series against North Summit. That's your Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the town of Laketown. Mayor Burdette Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Eldon Robinson, and Delora White. All right, moving forward in your Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame coverage, it's the Thompson Ranch keys of the game, the Lazy BT brand. Number one for the Rebels, take care of the basketball. Rich averaging about 23 turnovers per game. Got to be better than that. Number two, limit turnovers. The Rebels gave it away 25 times at North Summit last week, scored just 25 points. They've got to limit those turnovers. And number three, the golden rule. That ball is gold. They've got to treat it like gold. And these keys are provided by Brian Thompson and the Thompson Ranch. And he said, that's it. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. You look at the rest of what the Rebels are doing. There are other things that can improve, that should improve, that need to improve. But the biggest glaring problem for Rich is turnovers. And so if they can take care of the ball better, that would give them more opportunities to shoot and lend itself to scoring more points. And as Colin Pace shared his wisdom with me tonight, to win, you got to score more points than the other team. That's your Thompson Ranch. Those are your Thompson Ranch keys of the game. Take care of the ball, limit turnovers, and the golden rule. Brought to you by Lazy BT brand and the Thompson Ranch. And your Old Chicago pregame slice, Old Chicago Pizza. Pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious fresh ingredient at a time. They're at 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. Old Chicago Pizza, crafted since 1976. The Rebels come in at 1-6 and North Summit at 4-7. The Braves have played once already this week, a 57-53 loss at Altamont. And Altamont is coming on, getting better and better each year, and they've been pretty solid so far this season. But that's a region game for North Summit, and one I think the Braves probably feel like they should have won. They'll play Altamont again here in North Summit January 31st. But there's a North Summit team with some pretty good athletes. We saw them on the football field, and they handled Rich 38-0. A few of those guys that played in that football game are starters and contributors for the basketball team, including Quinton Jones, a 6'5" junior listed at 196 pounds. And he looks all of that 196, maybe more. He's a big, strong, athletic kid and scores about 18 points a game plus a double-double as he averages 10 rebounds per game. And Rich will have to try to slow him down a bit offensively, and it'll be tough to contest with his defense inside as well. And so that's something Rich will have to watch out for in North Summit. The Rebels, of course, the visiting team in their road blues, and North Summit in the home whites. A good crowd here tonight at North Summit High School in Coalville. We got Rebel fans across the way. A lot of Rebel fans tonight stayed in Randolph or in Rich County for the Rebel wrestling team's duel with the Evanston JV squad. So not a big student section tonight. Sage Tingy, McKenna Stacy, and Allie Wallentyne was over there. Maybe she went to grab some popcorn or something, but I don't see a whole lot of Rebel students from the student section, so we'll see how the Rebel basketball, the boys team, can respond without that quite as much crowd support from the student section at least. That's your Old Chicago pregame slice, the Old Chicago Pizza at 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. And got your Town of Woodruff starters coming up here in just a bit as well, but I think we'll do the starters when they do the starters here when the PA and the at the arena, I guess, at the gym, when they go through the starters, we'll go through them as well. So give you a quick recap of the JV and freshman games. Freshmen kept it close most of the way, lost by 6, 43-37. JV team got down big early, trailed by, I think, 20 at the half, and lost 57-26. Varsity team will have to be good tonight. This is I've talked about North Summit and their size and athleticism, and that may give Rich some troubles if North Summit plays any kind of a press. And this is what we saw in the JV game. Second quarter, North Summit put on some pressure, pressured out on the perimeter, and that's where Rich really has struggled in a lot of games this season. We saw that especially last week at South Summit. They put a lot of pressure on the perimeter, on the guard play, and Rich wasn't able to get into their sets very well and execute because of all that pressure on the outside, and it led to 25 turnovers and just 25 points in the game. And so expect more of the same tonight from North Summit, especially if they did any kind of scouting or video watching of the Rich Rebels and what they, in preparation for tonight's game. So that'll be interesting and important for Rich to take care of the basketball and deal with that pressure. And as I talked with Coach Brown earlier, that's something he said is Rich just learning and adjusting, adapting these guys to the varsity game, the varsity speed, physicality, intensity, and pressure. And we'll see if Rich has adjusted to that in the last 6 days since they last played at South Summit. They do a little bit longer national anthem program here at North Summit. Usually they bring out the drum line and they'll do a pretty cool, I don't know if it's a ceremony, but routine. So we'll turn up the mic and see if we can get some of that if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com or tuned in on KADQ. As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you.
Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Back on the Gary H. Tusher CPA pregame show for all your accounting needs, for your taxes, any accounting needs, visit Gary H. Tusher, 208-847-2601. Now into your starting lineups brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels will start Connor Greer, a junior number 2, senior number 10, Kyler Wilson, a junior number 15, Riley Taylor, and juniors number 23, Logan Muirbrook, and number 40, John Scott. Just one senior in this Rebels starting lineup. And one other senior on the team is Alex Bell. The town of Woodruff starting lineups for the home team: North Summit Braves, number 1, a junior, Alec Hunsaker; 10, a senior, Cannon Richens; 15, a junior, Wade Morrill. He's one of 2 guys on this team averaging better than 10 points a game. He's right at 10.0. Junior, or a sophomore, number 24, Trayson Pace; and a junior, number 32, leading the team at 18 points and 10 rebounds per game, Quinton Jones. Big, tall, athletic. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, you see him come out and give some high fives, low fives to some members of the student section. Just about to get underway here at North Summit High School, and your starting lineups have been brought to you by Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, and the town of Woodruff. Aaron Priest coaching the North Summit Braves in his 4th season as coach. Marcus Johnson, the prior coach, was there, 4 years. He's now on the Rebel bench. And the previous coach before Marcus Johnson was Jerry Holmes, who also spent time as a Rebel basketball and football coach and principal and more out in Rich County. These 2 teams have shared coaches and more over the years. Riley Taylor and Quinton Jones for the Sabey Trucking opening tip-off. Rebels attacking left to right, Braves right to left. Jones gets up higher, wins it, and it's just picked up on the sideline by Wade Morrill. Gives to Cannon Richens, a running back for the North Summit Braves football team, a point guard for the basketball team. Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense to start things off. Braves work it around to the left corner, drive, dish across the baseline, back out free throw line. Morrill wanted to shoot, but backed it out. Plays for a better shot. They drop it into Jones. Strong move. Can't get it to go on the aggressive shot. Offensive rebound. Jones comes up with it, stripped away out of bounds. North Summit basketball. Rebels contesting early shots, playing strong physical defense so far. They're going to have to keep that up for 32 minutes. I guess another 31 minutes, 30 seconds to stay in this one. Inbound to Jones. Thinks about a shot. Too much defense out on him, or down inside on that left block. He'll kick it back up, and they go around to the right wing. Pace fires inside. Jones goes up and hammers it down with a dunk. Good passing and good patience by North Summit to get the shot they wanted. 2-0, and the Rebels turn it over for the first time tonight on the full court pressure. Left wing 3, off the back iron, no. Jones offensive rebound, flat-footed, goes up strong, can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound, and the putback is in by Trayson Pace. Rebels average more than 22 turnovers per game. John Scott able to get away from a double team. Long pass ahead to Muirbrook, then to Kyler Wilson. It's bumped by Pace out of bounds. Rebel basketball. At the North Summit bench. Wilson at the end of the bench to inbound. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Wilson looking, still. Lobs it and finds Taylor. Riley dribbles to the free throw line, fakes a shot, kicks it out. John Scott, right wing 3, it rims out. It was halfway down and rolled around and out. And Pace pulls down his second rebound already of the contest. Rebels stay in the 2-3 zone defense, trailing 4-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Jones kicks it right wing. Richens dribbles back up around the top, left wing to Pace. Looking inside for Jones, but the Rebels double team in the 2-3 zone. They're packing it in. Shot from the free throw line misses and rims around and out. John Scott with the Rebel rebound. Greer fires up ahead. Scott on the right wing. Looks inside for Taylor. Ball poked away, and Rich turns it over for a second time. Jones gives to Pace. He'll drive into traffic, loses it, gets it back, shoots and misses. He was maybe blocked by a Rebel. Riley Taylor comes down with it for Rich, and Pace called for the foul, trying to get it back from Taylor. First foul of the ball game, 6 minutes left, first quarter, and the Rebels trail 4-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer, long pass, half court to Taylor. Riley turns, dribbles, bounces across the lane. Muirbrook up with the left hand, and Jones swats it. Back up court, the Rebels foul, trying to get the ball away from Wade Morrill. Jones with 2 points, couple of rebounds, and a block already in this game. And Kyler Wilson picks up the foul there. That's his first personal. Rebels trail 4-0. 5:51 left first quarter. Not a critical moment, but important for Rich to get a stop here and find a way to score. Jones, strong move through Taylor. Can't get the shot to go, and Riley has the Rebel rebound. Quickly up court, Scott, right wing, another three-point attempt off the front iron and skying up for the board. Trayson Pace, you see why as a sophomore he gets the start. He's long and can really jump, as we saw on that rebound, to pull it down. Left corner three-pointer, Alec Hunsaker barely catches the backboard, and Logan Muirbrook has the Rebel rebound. Bounce pass long to the left baseline. Wilson, Muirbrook, Scott on the right wing. John, step back, then kicks it left side. 10-foot jumper, or about a 12-footer by Muirbrook, missed. Riley Taylor, offensive rebound, spins, puts it back up and in. Riley Taylor, the offensive board and the putback, gets Rich on the board with just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Rich trails by just 2, 4-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Jones down inside, fights through the defense by Riley Taylor. You can't play better defense than that unless you get the block. Jones gets the shot to go, and North Summit leads 6-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Again, continuing with the full court pressure. Looks like a man-to-man press. No? Except they're leaving one man open, and that's Riley Taylor. Rich inbounds. John Scott tips it to himself. Up ahead to Taylor. Riley goes right at Jones, fades away through contact, and Jones comes down with the ball after the block. Richens up court. You can see why Taylor was hesitant to take it right at Jones on that. But that fadeaway is going to get stuffed probably 9 times out of 10. Taylor defends and fouls Wade Morrill on the drive. Morrill found a little bit of a lane into the key. Missed the shot, but earns a couple of free throws. Riley Taylor picks up his first. Looking to see if indeed it was on Riley Taylor. Scoreboard didn't put up a culprit on the foul. Morrill rattles the first free throw through. And North Summit extends its lead, 7-2. I wonder if the scoreboard isn't working. That hasn't been updated either. Second free throw off the side iron. Riley Taylor attacks to grab that rebound, rips it down. 7-2, Rich trails. Riley Taylor at the top of the key. Bounces to Greer. Connor dribbles left wing three, and Kyler Wilson misses short. Taylor fights for the rebound. It's loose, and Kyler Wilson has it for Rich. Good hustle by the Rebels. They're going to need to continue to do that type of thing to get back into this one. Wilson dribbles left. He's out high on the wing, picked up the dribble, gets it off to Muirbrook in the lane, turns, fakes a shot, and then shoots, and Jones blocks it, his third block of the game. We're still in the first quarter, just barely midway through the first. And Jones already has 3 blocks, 3 boards, 4 points. 3:29 left in the first. Hunsaker into Jones. Double team comes. Good move, but he misses the shot. Rebound, a fight for it out of bounds off of North Summit. He kind of gave a head fake one way, spun the other. Used some good footwork, but just couldn't get the shot to fall. So Rich with the basketball. Starter still in there, and Taylor, Greer, Wilson, Scott, and Muirbrook. Inbound to Connor. He'll give off to Wilson. Bounce back across to Greer on the left side. Bounces forward, and Jones with the steal. Rich with its 4th turnover of the first quarter. 2 points, 4 turnovers. Their defense has been fairly solid so far. They trail just 7-2. Richens, top of the key. Left wing, they give it to Britton Stevens, a senior who just checked in. Richens tries to drive. Good defense. Muirbrook cuts him off, and Richens dribbles back out to the top of the key to reset the offense. Left wing, Stevens fires a pass to Calderwood. They kick it back out and around. Right wing three, pace, no. Jones the offensive board, and the Rebels mug him as he came down with it. Taylor not happy about the whistle. He thought he got all ball, and maybe he did. The foul is on John Scott. John's first, no second personal already. That's just a Rebel third team foul, and 2 of those on Scott. Inbounds, they just lob it high. Jones misses through contact. Offensive board missed. Offensive board again, and then a jump ball gives it to the Rebels. Jump balls. What's that? Okay, Muirbrook probably partially blocked that shot by Quentin Jones. Jump balls brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Rich pushes up court and gives it away. A steal by Calderwood. Alex Calderwood listed on the roster, but no indication of what class he is. What, if he is senior, junior, sophomore, not sure. Long skip pass left side. Richens drives in. John Scott pokes it away. Looked like he got a clean poke, but also made contact and just picked up his third personal foul. So Truman Huffner comes over to check in. John maybe partially in denial that he just picked up his third foul. He didn't want to take a seat on the bench just yet, but he has to. Richens, right wing to Stevens. They work it around the arc. Rebels stay in a 2-3 zone defense. Back right wing, three-point shot misses badly by Stevens, but North Summit with the offensive rebound. Hunsaker gives it off to Calderwood. Back up top to Richens, and North Summit resets. Offensive rebounds already really helping North Summit, killing the Rebels. Pass into the middle to nobody, and Connor Greer comes up with the Rich County government steal. He's fouled from behind as he dribbles up court. And Stevens says, yeah, that's me. Pats his chest. Second team foul of the game on North Summit. Rich will inbound from the sideline. Another Mount Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Rich with just 2 points so far. Those were Bear Lake Physical Therapy points in the paint. Greer up top to Wilson. Rebels have attempted 3 or 4 three-point shots and couldn't quite get any of them to go just yet. Bounce inside, Muirbrook through contact of Jones, misses too strong. Slaps his hand together, frustrated that he missed the shot. North Summit with the rebound. Richens looks to his left, just avoids a travel and gives right side. Hunsaker down in the right corner. Finds a little penetration, fires and hits. It rattled, popped up, and dropped down. Right angle, about a 10-foot jump shot. And Rich takes a timeout with 1:12 left, first quarter. 9-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll take a quick timeout as well, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl providing quality family dentistry since 1997. We'll be right back on The Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Rebels have the basketball, but trail 9-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. North Summit continues its, looks like they've set up more in a half-court trap this time. Wilson to Greer, up into the middle. Taylor has it poked away, but is fouled. Britton Stevens just picked up his second. A third North Summit team foul, and Stevens heads for the bench. Back into the game, Wade Morrill, who has one of North Summit's 9 points. Rebels inbound. Another Mount Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Again from the North Summit bench on the sideline. Into Muirbrook, out to Wilson. Kyler dribbles right, follows a screen by Riley Taylor, looking for the pick and roll. Bounce pass is deflected. It's on the floor, and a jump ball will be the call. That'll go to North Summit on the possession arrow. Jump balls, again, brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Rebels just haven't quite gotten that pro physical therapy three-point shot to fall yet. And inside, anything they shoot, so hotly contested by Quentin Jones, he's already got 3 blocks. So it's tough sledding inside, tough sledding outside so far against these North Summit Braves. Richens holding on the right wing, gives to Morrill, skips it across. Hunsaker 3 from the left wing, short air ball. Jones the offensive board. Rebound, he had it, but Taylor blocked it. North Summit gets it again. Again, Jones is blocked. Taylor up ahead to Muirbrook. Ball poked away. Logan gets it back and misses the shot, but Taylor has the board. He'll fight through the contact of Quentin Jones and miss the shot, but Jones picks up his first. Rebels need about 2 more of those on Jones. Try to put him on the bench for a bit if they could. Riley Taylor at the line shooting 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. And Riley knocks the first one down. Rich had been on a scoring drought for about the last 5 minutes. They hit their first field goal at just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Now we've got 16 seconds left in this first quarter. Jaden Grohl checks into the game. Muirbrook gets a breather, and Taylor hits the second of 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. He got them both. The Rebels trail by 5. North Summit will likely play for a final shot of the first quarter. Richens left wing to Hunsaker. Orange socks, white jersey. Hunsaker drives, hop step, floats and hits off the rim to the window and then in. And Rich runs out of time before they can get anything going up the other way. Hunsaker with 4 points. Quentin Jones with 4 points, 3 blocks, 4 rebounds, and North Summit leads 11-4 at the end of the first quarter on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Thompson Ranch keys of the game were limit turnovers, take care of the ball, and the golden rule, which is treat the ball like gold and take care of it. Rebels had 5 turnovers in the first quarter by my tally. That's unofficial, but I think we're pretty close. And that's a big part of why Rich trails 11-4. Now credit Rich with some pretty good defense. North Summit scoring an average of almost 60 points a game. They're on pace for, 44? But Rich has got to do more offensively, and that starts with take care of the ball. North Summit in a man-to-man defense. Wilson bounces to Muirbrook to a cutting Greer across the lane. Grohl shoots, blocked. This time it was by Wade Morrill. Quentin Jones pulls down the loose ball, and Jaden Grohl picks up the foul, trying to take the ball back. So Grohl picks up his first personal. Rebels are led in scoring by Kyler Wilson's 8.5 per game. John Scott 8 per contest. Scott on the bench with 4 fouls. And Wilson has taken, I think, 1 shot, a three-pointer that he missed. Hunsaker, left corner. Gives to Pace, back up top. Hunsaker again on the left wing. They work it around. Pace in the right corner. Rebels still in the 2-3 zone defense. Free throw line. Calderwood drives and hits. Lays it up and in. He found a little bit of a lane and finished at the hoop. 13-4. Rebels work it, cross the lane, and stolen. The pass not high enough to get over the top of the outstretched 6'5" Quentin Jones. Hunsaker steps left, misses the shot. Morrill looked like he got away with a push on that rebound, pulled down the offensive board, and was fouled on the putback attempt. You saw the Rebels had him boxed out, and then the Rebel went flying forward as Morrill pulled down the rebound. As Jim Rome said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, and Morrill Not whistled for the foul, so he gets the benefit of the doubt. Hits the first free throw. The foul for Rich there against Jaden Grohl, and that's his second. Morrill, a second free throw opportunity coming, would make it a 11-point contest. He does hit it. Back iron, skipped off the backboard up high, and then just swished straight down through. Rebels trying to break the press. Don't control it, lose it out of bounds. North Summit basketball. Hunsaker to inbound. Alec, a junior, averages 7 points a game. Lobs in, Quentin Jones right at the hoop. Keeps it high, puts it up and in. He's got 6 points, 17-4. Great pass by Hunsaker. Taylor bounces across the lane. Muirbrook settles for the left angle jumper, about a 6-footer. He misses, but a whistle on the rebound. And that's Calderwood, number 13. His first personal. A push. So Rich inbounds from the baseline. A Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Wilson looking for Muirbrook. Bounces toward him, but Quentin Jones steals it. I've got Jones with at least 3 steals, 3 blocks, 4 rebounds, 6 points. It's a one-man wrecking crew. 17-4 3-point shot. Swish. Trayson Pace from the left corner buries it. 20-4. 20 points, not ridiculous amount of scoring for North Summit. The bigger problem, Rich has just 4 points. Greer, left side, drives through the lane, scoops it up and in. Connor Greer gets the lid off the basket. We'll see. Greer with a candidate for the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. Taylor contests the pass, and Jones can't hold on to it. Rebels come up with a Rich County Government steal. Rich County Government, Rebels with a championship cause. Huffner, ball fake, spins, misses the right-handed floater, and a foul on the rebound. Riley Taylor, he's going, who's the foul on? Me? What? Riley Taylor picks up his first. Rebels' 7th team foul. So North Summit is shooting 1-1. And looks like it'll be Wade Morrill, who's shot all of North Summit's free throws so far in the game. A 14-point North Summit lead, and Morrill shooting 1-1. He's 3 of 4 tonight from the line. Averages 10 points, 6.5 rebounds per game. He's got 3 points so far, all from the free throw line. He misses the front end, and Logan Muirbrook pulls down the Rebel rebound. Jaden Grohl in some trouble, double-teamed, ball poked away. He gets it back, and he's fouled. Boy, he dodges a bullet there. As he was in trouble, defense all around him. We'll pause just a moment for station identification.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Rich with the basketball, trailing 20-6. 5.5 left to go in the second quarter. Presented by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. Kyler Wilson runs into a defender, loses the ball up to the other end. Cannon Richens hangs in the air, lays it up and in with the left, and Coach Ashley Brown asks for a timeout. 22-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Second quarter brought to you by Stacy's Repair. We'll be right back after this comprehensive family dental timeout on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
22-6, North Summit on top. And I've said it a time or two, their scoring pace is not ridiculous. They've come alive here offensively in the second quarter a bit after 11 points in the first quarter. But we're midway through the second, and North Summit has 22 points. So Rich doing a decent job, not great, fantastic, but a decent job defensively. Offensively, though, Rich has got to find a way to, 1, take care of the basketball, 2, execute their offense, 3, hit shots when they have them. And here's where we go back to number 1. Take care of the basketball and beat this press. Grohl inbounds to Wilson. Kyler left side to Greer. Connor back to Wills. Again to Connor. Greer lobs it into the middle, and it's stolen. Morrill with the takeaway. Did you say great-grandson of Stu Morrill, Utah State coach? Three-point shot left side, and Trayson Pace, living up to his name, Trey hits the tray. 25-6, North Summit up by 19. Taylor drives into the lane, kicks it out left side. Greer for three. He's a 33% three-point shooter. Misses this one short. Fight for the rebound off of Rich to North Summit. The official started to point. It looked like he was going to say, no, Rich, and then he said, nah, it is Braves basketball. So Rich just short on that pro physical therapy three-point shot attempt. John Scott with 3 fouls over to the scores table to check back in. Just over 4 minutes left in the Stacy's Repair goal. 2 has 5 points, 3 of those from the free throw line. Wilson up ahead to Taylor. Riley into the middle. Muirbrook at the top of the key. Left wing to Greer. Back up top. Wilson almost poked away by Hunsaker. Wilson takes advantage of the space, steps up to the right wing, misses the 3, and the rebound off of Rich and out of bounds. Muirbrook, I think inadvertently, got Trey Pace with an elbow or something to the face. Pace his head went flying back, and after the play was over, Muirbrook went over and said, hey, sorry. 4 minutes left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair, 27-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. North Summit up big. Rebels struggling to score. Inside to Jones, double, triple team, fights through it and hits from the left block. 29-6, he goes up off the window and in. John Scott dribbles free throw line. Back out to Muirbrook. Left elbow jumper. In and out. Rebound. A fight for it. North Summit has it. Isaac Christensen. No, that was Britton Stevens. Pulled it away from the Rebels. John Scott just picked up his 4th. Down on the other end, Cannon Richens attacking. Scott got in the way, and Richens will shoot 1 and 1. Scott has 4. He's attempted just a couple of shots, has a pair of rebounds, and 4 personal fouls. So Truman Huffner back into the game, and Scott, unfortunately, right back to the bench. At the free throw line, Cannon Richens shooting 1 and 1. North Summit, 2. Morrill makes it 30-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 3:32 left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rich with 2 field goals, 2 free throws so far, and that's it for offense. Morrill's second swishes. He's having himself a nice second quarter. 5 points in the period, 31-6. Pressure backs off just a bit. Greer slices all the way to the hoop and lays it in with the left hand. Give the screen assist to Logan Muirbrook, setting the screen up at the top of the key that freed Greer to go all the way to the rack. 31-8. North Summit leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. Pace, left wing, gives to Morrill, back to Pace, through the legs, dribble, and then to Richens. Left baseline. Calderwood kicks it back up top to Richens. Under 3 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. North Summit has held Rich to 8 points so far. Just 4 in the first quarter, 4 here in the second. Left wing, or on the baseline, Stevens dropped it down, got it back on the wing, misses the 3 off the front iron, and Logan Muirbrook with the Rebel rebound. His 4th. Rich pushes ahead. Kyler Wilson, it was tipped away by Stevens, out of bounds, Rebel ball. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play upcoming for Rich. Hunsaker, no, that's Pace defending. Kyler Wilson bounces into Taylor. Riley finds some space, drives in, passes across the lane. It's deflected away, and Rich turns it over for a 4th time in the quarter. That's tough to see. That baseline is black against dark purple. It looked like the North Summit Brave had stepped out, but no. Richens drives, dishes, gets it back. Up top, Pace dribbles to the free throw line. Rebels cut him off there. Rich has shifted to a man-to-man defense without Quentin Jones in there. They're not as worried about Pack in the middle. Drive and a layup by Stevens, blocked. Rich comes up with it. Muirbrook gives to Greer. 2 minutes left in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Connor crosses over, gets into the lane, drives. He's tripped as he dishes off to Taylor. And a foul will put Greer at the line to shoot 1 and 1. So Connor attacking, earns himself a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. The foul charge to Cannon Richens, his first. North Summit has been pretty aggressive in this first half, but pretty clean as well. Greer hits the first. Connor, a 60% free throw shooter. With that make, he's 9 of 15 this season at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Greer second, rattles and pops out, no good. Ethan Judd with the North Summit rebound, and Coach Aaron Priest takes a timeout. 31-9, North Summit on top, big here in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We'll take a quick comprehensive family dental timeout and be right back.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Alex Bell, and you're tuned in to Rebel Basketball on KADQ-FM 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Coming out of that comprehensive family dental timeout, North Summit works it inside. The shot blocked by Huffner. Taylor there defensively as well. One of those picked up the foul. And is that Riley Taylor, his third? So Jaden Grohl will check into the game as Alex Calderwood goes to the line to shoot two, gets the first one to hit off the left side of the rim, back to the glass, to the front of the rim, and down through. Shooter's touch. He's got the home court soft shooter's roll. Calderwood with 3 points in the game, averages 4. He can get there with this free throw. He doesn't get it, and Muirbrook with the Rebel rebound, his fifth. 32-9. Rebels struggling offensively. Connor Greer has all 5 of the Rebels' points in this Stacy's Repair second quarter. Wilson, Huffner, throws it away. 5th turnover of the quarter for Rich. Up court, Hunsaker kicks left side, pace, another 3. No, just short on this one. Jaden Grohl with the Rebel rebound. He averages 2 of those per game. Just over a minute left to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Greer looks right, then spins back to his left. Huffner in the left corner. Back up top, long pass to Greer, looking free throw line for Muirbrook and throws it away. Picked off by Hunsaker to the other end, up and in, all the way coast to coast. 34-9. That's 6 turnovers in the quarter, 11 in the game. Rich on pace for its 22 turnovers per game. Wilson, left wing, way out high. Greer back to Wilson. Hoffner in the left corner, just about gave it away. Stevens deflected it. That's one thing that Coach Aaron Priest told me that his team has struggled with this season as well. Part of why they're just 4-7 coming into this game is turnovers, but they've really taken care of it against Rich. I've got North Summit with 2 turnovers, 2 giveaways so far. Greer on the right wing to Grohl in the right corner. Across the lane to Huffner, who just misses too strong. Truman gets his own rebound, turns up with the right hand, no. Grohl with the offensive board in the lane. Muirbrook up with the left, no, but he's fouled. He missed just short off the glass. And the foul, Ethan Judd with his first personal. A 6'4" junior sends Logan Muirbrook to shoot 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. Muirbrook's first, right side iron and out, no good. Muirbrook this season, 63% from the free throw line coming in. He's 10 of 17 overall. Rich averaging only about 10 free throws per game. Muirbrook hits the second Bear Lake Realty free throw and Rich is into double digits, trailing 34-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stacy's Repair second quarter. Right wing 3 off the back iron. Connor Greer has the Rebel rebound. He turns and runs. Greer with his second board of the game. Turns, shoots, trying to beat the buzzer, just too long off the back iron. Huffner rebounded, spun and hit it, but the buzzer had already sounded. And after 2 quarters, North Summit leads 34-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. The second quarter has been brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We'll take a quick break and be back with your Crawford Trough and Randolph halftime report right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit MyLocalRadio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
The Braves drill team performing here at the half, where their boys basketball team leads Rich 34-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich helped North Summit to just 11 points in the first quarter, but then the Braves exploded for 23 points in the second and held Rich to just 6. Connor Greer with half of the Rebels' 10 points through the first two quarters. This is the Crawford Trough in Randolph halftime report. We'll take a quick break and be back with Town of Randolph first half highlights on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the Rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
34-10 at the half. The Rebels 4 of 6 from the free throw line. North Summit 6 of 9. A big difference is just shots falling for North Summit. They've gotten some good high percentage shots and they've hit them. And the balance in scoring much better. Trayson Pace and Quentin Jones have 8 points apiece. Wade Morrill and Alec Hunsaker 6 points apiece. Alex Calderwood has 4 and Cannon Richens 2. These first half highlights are brought to you by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. The Rebels were led by Connor Greer's 5. He had all of those in the second quarter. And 2 of those were real nice plays, driving to the hoop, precision plays of the game type plays where he got screens and drove to the basket, helped by his teammates. In fact, his 2 layups are candidates for the Precision Play of the Game and the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet Play of the Game, which we'll cover during our post-game show. This is the Halftime Report brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. Winter hours are open Wednesdays for lunch, 11 to 2, and then Thursdays through Saturdays, 11 to 7. That's the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. And again, Connor Greer has the 5 points. Riley Taylor had all of the Rebels' first quarter points. That's 4. And then Logan Muirbrook with 1 point, 5 rebounds to lead to pace the Rebels on the boards. But they just haven't gotten things going offensively. And a big part of that is turnovers, 11 turnovers in that first quarter. And something that you don't really see unless you're looking for it, or maybe I just don't see it unless I'm looking for it. But with 11 turnovers, that's 11 possessions where Rich doesn't even get a shot off, where they can't get into their offense and try to execute to get a shot at the basket. And the pressure that North Summit has put on the perimeter, and even for Rich to get it across midcourt, has number one led to a lot of those 11 turnovers. Number two, has Rich rattled, so that even if they break the press, get it across midcourt, then it's like, okay, now what do we do? Oh, yeah, okay, we set up in the offense, set up in the half court. And so the last 2 games against South Summit and this first half against North Summit, Rich has really not gotten into the flow of its offense at all because of that pressure and their inability to handle it. So that's something I know Coach Brown is well aware, more aware certainly than I am, about the teams need to improve on that pressure that teams are putting on them. Now that pressure probably won't be as much against teams like ICS and Tabiona and Mount Vernon, but Tabiona is certainly going to see what Rich is struggling with against North Summit and South Summit, and probably try to employ similar type presses and traps to take advantage of the Rebels' struggles against those type of things. So Rich, it's certainly something Rich needs to improve on to get better as they move forward through this season. This is your Crawford Trough and Randolph Halftime Report. And first half highlights are brought to you by the town of Randolph. Good luck from the mayor, town council, board members rather, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Epic Recreation third quarter action when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper. You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph.
A dominant first half by the North Summit Braves. The 2A Braves held Rich to just 4 points in the first quarter, 6 points in the second quarter, a total of 10. And while North Summit's offense wasn't real explosive in the first quarter, just 11 points. It came alive in the second quarter with 23 points, and a big part of that was actually when they went away from trying to drop it down into Quentin Jones all the time, and got some penetration from Wade Morrill, and Trayson Pace hit a couple of threes. Cannon Richens, Alec Hunsaker driving and dishing. Now that's not to say that Jones didn't play his part, had 8 points in that first half. That's a little bit below, at least on pace for below his average of 18 per game. But I'm sure he's happy with his team's performance so far, and him individually. I've got with 3 blocks, 3 steals, 5 rebounds, and the 8 points. North Summit has it to start the Epic Recreation third quarter. Both teams with their starters on the floor. Rich with Greer, Wilson, and Greer comes up with a Rich County government steal. Nice little takeaway. Pushes up court. Defense got back, so he'll kick it back outside. John Scott drives, floats, and hits the right baseline. John Scott playing with 4 fouls, but contributes on the offensive end. His first 2 points of the game. John averages 8 per night. Hunsaker, quick dump pass to Morrill in the middle, and the Rebels block it. Muirbrook blocked it. Taylor came down with it. Rich playing with some new energy to start this Epic Recreation third quarter. Greer around left wing. North Summit has switched to a zone defense. Looks like a 3-2 at first glance. We'll keep an eye on that. Rebels almost give it away, but get it back to Wilson, left wing 3. No, just short. Rebound. Scott has it, saves it in, and then gets it back after it went off the foot of Trayson Pace. A jump ball called, and John Scott with the hustle. His teammates up off the bench, giving him the shout. Rich County 4-H jump ball, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Wilson looks to inbound. He's going to have to just get rid of it, and he does to Taylor. Riley dribbles out, thinks about a 3, but the defense on him. Gives to Scott. John bounces inside. Muirbrook backing in on Jones. Turns to his right and hits. Logan Muirbrook with the quick spin. Puts it up and in, and Rich on a 4-0 run, 34-14. Still down big time, but if they can keep this going, could maybe make this a game. Trayson Pace, left wing 3. Nope, off the iron. Rebound. Muirbrook had it. It's on the floor. Rebound. It was kicked off of North Summit Rebel basketball. A little better effort so far here in the Epic Recreation third quarter. And Greer will give it into Wilson. Kyler back to Connor. Had 2 driving layups and a free throw. He just got away with a double dribble. Everybody saw it but the stripes. Maybe I looked at it, and now Taylor double dribbles. He doesn't get away with it. Taylor thinking, wow, if Connor can do it, so can I, maybe. 6:19 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rebels trail 34-14. Across the top of the arc, Richens, Morrill, down left corner Pace, then back to Hunsaker. Jones posted up inside. Rebels in a 2-3 zone. North Summit didn't score nearly as well in the first quarter against the 2-3 zone as they did in the second against the mostly man-to-man. Logan Muirbrook, another Rebel block. He swats it on the shot attempt. Rich pushes the other way. John Scott loses it. Trying to dribble through a couple defenders. Got it picked away. Down to the right corner. Hunsaker for 3 off the front iron. Scott with the Rebel rebound. Dishes off quickly to Greer. Connor up the right wing. Pressure comes. He'll dish off back to John. Scott goes high, then dribbles into the free throw line, puts up the shot through contact, no whistle, and Hunsaker, the North Summit rebound. Good defense from North Summit. They've got just a fingertip on the shot from behind, and Scott couldn't get the shot to go. Down inside, and Taylor goes up to try and block the shot attempt by Alec Hunsaker. Taylor just picked up his 4th, I believe. Indeed. Station on main scoreboard confirms that, and Truman Huffner will check in quickly. Hunsaker to the line to shoot 2. These will be his first 2 free throws of the contest. North Summit's offense, as Hunsaker misses the first, has not scored yet in this Epic Recreation third quarter. Huffner checks in, so it's Huffner, Muirbrook, Wilson, Scott, and Greer on the floor for Rich. Hunsaker's second free throw, in and out, and an offensive board. Morrill fouled on the putback. So Morrill will go to the line. Hunsaker goes 0 for 2, but the Rebels let Morrill sneak in, and Truman Huffner, the guilty party, picks up his first personal. You've got Hunsaker, Morrill at the line, Cannon Richens, Trayson Pace, and Quentin Jones at the line, and Morrill misses back iron. So Morrill, a second free throw attempt coming, and he makes this one. That rattled around to the glass and then back down through. 35-14, a 21-point North Summit lead. Rebels right wing, way out high to Wilson. Kyler drives, dishes off free throw line. Muirbrook misses short, rebound long out to Pace of North Summit. He'll hand off to Morrill. Wade dishes off to Cannon. Richens back into the middle. Morrill thinks about a shot, nothing there. Kicks it back outside. They work it around. Pace left wing three. Over the top, missed it. Muirbrook touched it, and look, Hunsaker was there but didn't touch it. So rebound to North Summit. Braves inbound from in front of their student section, right side. Hunsaker letting it develop, then kicks it up top to Richens. Back to Hunsaker. He'll drive into the lane, try to dish it off to Jones. Through traffic, Jones got it, missed the shot, rebound, and Muirbrook has it for Rich. Greer pushes up the right side. Across the timeline, gives left wing to Wilson. Free throw line, Muirbrook turns, wanted to shoot, instead dishes off to Carrillo. Left baseline, misses the jumper, rebound tipped. Greer tried to just push it back up and in without coming down and missed short. And North Summit comes down with the rebound eventually. To the right wing, Hunsaker. Richens back to Hunsaker on the right side, down near the corner. Morrill skips it across to Pace. He'll drive, and John Scott just fouled out. John closing in, got a little too close, and just picked up his fifth. So John, with 3 rebounds, 2 points, fouls out. 4:04 left to go. That brings Truman Huffner in off the bench. Riley Taylor has 4 personal fouls, so Rich maybe need to go a little bit deeper on the bench than it's been accustomed to so far this season. North Summit to inbound, 4:04 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Jones inbounds, they go to Richens at the top of the key. Cannon right side. Stevens dribbles right to the baseline, then pulls up and misses off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Calderwood, but it's stripped away, and Rich comes up with the Rich County Government steal, but gives it right back. Hunsaker, Euro step, left hand, layup is good. 37-14. Rich with 3 turnovers in the quarter, 14 in the ball game. Hunsaker goes for the steal. Wilson gets past him, drives in, and he's swatted by Quentin Jones. Down the other way, the Rebels foul the North Summit Braves. Jones' 4th block of the game. And this foul on Riley Carrillo, who checked in just a couple of minutes ago. He had a shot attempt a minute ago. And Coach Aaron Priest takes a timeout. 37-14, North Summit leads as we take a timeout in the Epic Recreation third quarter.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kyler Wilson, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Carrillo, Huffner, Greer, Muirbrook, and Wilson come out for the Rebels out of that Comprehensive Family Dental timeout. Comprehensive Family Dental, reasonable family dental care for the whole family. Quality family dentistry since 1997. That's Comprehensive Family Dental. Hunsaker drives in the lane, up with the left, misses, rebound. Carrillo, it's on the floor, and Stevens, Carrillo wrapped up in a jump ball. Possession arrow, North Summit Braves. That's still a Rich County 4-H jump ball, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Rebels have yet to hit a 3-point basket tonight. When they do, it'll be brought to you by Pro Physical Therapy. Dr. Dallas Clark, Pro Physical Therapist. Into Richens. Quick move into the lane. Moving left, floats, misses with his right. Calderwood, the rebound, back outside. Richens drives to his right. Stevens, quick pass inside, and Jones turns and hits off the glass and in. 39-14. Greer to Wilson. For Jones, that's 10 points. Carrillo, pass up top. Richens tips it away, saves it, but to Riley Carrillo, who bounces into the middle, and Jones comes up with it. A fourth Rebel turnover of the Epic Recreation third quarter. They've scored 4 points. They had outscored North Summit 4-3 prior to that last bucket. 3-point shot by Hunsaker over the top, offensive board, and the putback is in by Britton Stevens. His first points, 41-14. That's one of the dangers of a 2-3 zone defense. Sometimes guys go unaccounted for, unboxed out, and Stevens takes advantage that time. North Summit still in its zone. Carrillo trapped in the corner and turns it over. Cannon Richens comes up with it. It looks up court. Ball poked away all the way down to the baseline. Stevens takes a quick 15-footer and hits from the right baseline with a swish. 43-14, and Coach Ashley Brown takes a timeout with 1:54 left to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. And we will keep it right here and thank one of our sponsors. Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley, sponsors our camera. See some Rebel fans over on the bleachers across the court. Some of those fans, of course, Rebel basketball players. The freshmen lost by 6. The JV lost 27-26. There's Grandpa Pace over there. Used to coach the North Summit Braves girls basketball team, right, for a number of years. And again, our camera tonight brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. They can help you out to buy a home and rent it out so it pays for itself. You can enjoy it some of the time as well, and soon you'll have your own beautiful home in Bear Lake. BearLakeRealty.com, or you can call them at 435-946-8888. That's 435-946-8888 for Bear Lake Realty. 43-14. North Summit on pace for about their average, 58, 59 points a game. But Rich, well below its average in scoring production so far. John Scott has fouled out. Riley Taylor just got back into the game. He's got 4 fouls. I've got him with 4 rebounds and 4 points. 4's wild tonight for Riley Taylor. 150 left in the Epic Recreation third. Truman Huffner, right side to Wilson. Greer misses short on the 3. Truman Huffner chases down the offensive rebound and rattles one in from the left baseline. 43-16, Rebels trail on the Station on Main scoreboard. Richens dribbles to his left. Coach Aaron Priest getting some younger guys, lots of experience in tonight's game. Top of the key. Judd gives right wing to Richens. Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Again, it's mostly tonight when Jones has been in, they've been in a 2-3 zone. When he's out, they've been in man-to-man. On the right wing, Morrill dribbles to the free throw line, pulls up, misses short. His elbow may have been hit, but no whistle, and Connor Greer has the Rebel rebound. Down to the right corner, Huffner back out. Greer, right wing 3. Oh, just short. Offensive board, Riley Taylor spins, fades, and hits. Taylor with the rebound and the basket has 6 points. 43-18, Rebels trail by 25. Under 40 seconds to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. For all your rentals in Bear Lake, visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook. Whether it's in the winter or the summer, down on the lake or up in the hills. Nice pass down inside. Morrill turns and hits from the left side, right on the left block, 45-18. Good ball movement, and they set a screen underneath, executed that play well. 45-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 15 seconds left to go in the Epic Recreation third. Taylor down right side. Greer too strong off the window. He was wide open. Find yourself a little too wide open sometimes, and it's hard to hit that shot. Down to the right baseline. Morrill drives, slices through, and puts it up and in off the glass just before the buzzer sounds, and North Summit finishes the third quarter leading 47-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 1 quarter left to go. This third has been brought to you by Epic Recreation. For all your rentals in Bear Lake, visit epicrecreation.net.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kyler Wilson, and you're tuned in to Rich High Hoops on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Rich, on its first possession of quarter number 4, turns it over. Down to the other end, and a nice move. Alex Calderwood kind of cradled the ball like a fullback and then sliced through the defense and put it up and in. Kyler Wilson misses the shot, back iron, but he's fouled. Rebels scored 4 in the first, 6 in the second, 8 in the third. If the trend continues, 10 here in the fourth, we'll see. Kyler Wilson at the line shooting 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. 49-18, Rebels trail. Let's get that station on main scoreboard back up there for you if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Wilson, a 64% free throw shooter, but misses the front end of these 2 Bear Lake Realty free throw attempts. BearLakeRealty.com for all your rentals, or for the best in real estate in the Bear Lake Valley, the most experienced and highest volume realtors in Bear Lake. Titan Hemingway just checked into the ball game for North Summit. Rebels force a turnover. Wilson tips it up ahead to Greer. Connor to the hoop, and he hits. Greer with the right hand. Rebels have forced I've got that as just the 5th turnover of the game for North Summit. 49-21, Rich trails on the station on main scoreboard. Around the right side, Stevens up with the right hand, misses, and a fight for the rebound. Greer trying to go over the back or through Ethan Judd. Whistled for his Connor's first personal foul. Greer has 7 points. I've got him with 4 rebounds in the game. Inbound, and Judd tips it to himself out on the left wing. Then to Hemingway. The junior looks to his right, looks to his left, nowhere to go with it. Finally finds Hunter Rex. A junior, was a wide receiver for the North Summit football team. Wilson tipped it as it goes back court. Rex picked it back up. Pushes up court. Stevens drives, and he's fouled on the miss. Just short on the layup attempt. Hoffner picks up his second personal foul. Rebel boys will get back in action tomorrow night hosting the Westside Pirates. And then on the road Saturday at Bear Lake. At the line, Britton Stevens has 4 points in the game, misses the front end of this trip, and misses the second one as well at the charity stripe, but gets his own rebound, and the defense somehow cleared out as they went to get the rebound. That left it wide open, and Stevens takes advantage, lays it up with the right hand and in. 6 points. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Wilson splits a couple defenders, puts it up with the right hand, a little out of control, but he was fouled on his way. That's why he was a bit out of control. So Wilson, that foul charged to Titan Hemingway. They just said Hill. I'm not sure. I may have bad information on the roster, but we'll just continue to go with what I have. Wilson inbounds to Muirbrook. He gives, or to Taylor. He passes to Muirbrook, who turns, shoots, and is fouled. The ball, it was a big block, but also a foul. Stevens, no. Ethan Judd sends Logan Muirbrook to the line. And Muirbrook hits the first Bear Lake Realty free throw. Muirbrook this season, about a 63% free throw shooter. The Rebels as a team right around 60%. Logan hits both of them. He's 3 for 4 in the game, has 4 points. And Rich trails 51-23 on the station on main scoreboard. 6:13 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, count on us to care. Free throw line. Calderwood gives left side. Rex, left elbow jumper, misses, rebound tipped and into the hands of Hemingway. Back outside, and Rex will back it out, reset the clock, or reset the offense. Calderwood, left elbow, and Greer steps in and strips it away from Judd. Misses the layup, but Kyler Wilson is there for the putback, and Wilson has his first field goal of the game. 51-25. Rebels, this is about the score at South Summit last week. 52-25 was the final there. Missed shot. Rebels got a block, and then offensive rebound. Stevens misses. And the Rebels pull down the rebound. Up left wing. Grohl inside. Muirbrook turns with the right hand. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound. Judd tried to save it, and he's out of bounds. Couldn't quite get it. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Adam Winters, I think they said, just checked in. Number 11, not on my roster. Taylor makes a move up with the right, can't get it. Muirbrook the offensive board, and he's fouled on the putback attempt. Let me add in number 11. Winters just checked in and picks up his first personal foul. Muirbrook back to the line to shoot two, misses off the back iron. Bear Lake Realty free throws, bearlakerealty.com. 5:04 left to go, and Muirbrook will have a second free throw opportunity. And he hits this one. Got a little bit of the back of the iron. 51-26, a 25-point deficit. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points so far already here in this fourth quarter for Rich. Kyler Wilson reaches in. He doesn't like the call, but he's whistled for a reach-in foul, and that's the Rebels' 7th team foul, so Stevens goes to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Wilson picks up his second personal. Stevens 0 for 2 from the line, both of those earlier in this fourth quarter. Rebels just haven't been able to get a pro physical therapy three-point shot to fall, and not nearly enough Bear Lake physical therapy points in the paint. Stevens rattles the first one through, and that earns himself a second. He's got 7 points in the game and misses. No, looked like he was going to go short, but hit the front iron and skidded down through. 53-26, North Summit leads. Wilson right wing to Greer. Connor back to Wills. Kyler steps up for a long three and just misses off the back iron. Rebound tipped out off of North Summit. Taylor, Muirbrook, and Grohl all there in the area, but Hemingway was the one to touch it for the Braves, and Rich inbounds from the baseline. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. To Muirbrook, left corner, Greer for three. Yes, Connor Greer hits the first pro physical therapy three-pointer of the game for Rich. 53-29. That may be your top candidate for the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. Stevens in the lane, gets away with a travel, and then he's stuffed. Riley Taylor with the block and comes up with the basketball. Greer at the top of the key. Maybe a 1-2-2 zone defense by North Summit. Free throw line, Muirbrook turns, passes for Greer, right side. It was deflected. He gets it back, fires the long three, and misses. Grohl tips the rebound away from Rex, but Hunter chases it down in the left corner for North Summit. 53-29, Rebels trail, and Alex Bell will get a chance to get into the ball game. Stevens dribbles to his right, fakes a pass, drives, and floats it in with the right hand. He's got such long legs. And I don't know who I just said, but that was Ethan Judd with the layup. Oh, it was Stevens, and it's those long legs. Rebels down inside, shot blocked, saved by North Summit into Judd. Wilson goes for the steal. Connor Greer does get the steal. He'll push to the other end and lay it up and just miss short, and a late whistle will send Greer to the free throw line. 9 times out of 10, if a defender contests a fast break layup, you're going to see a foul called, and that's the situation here. Foul charge to Titan Hemingway. Again, I don't know if that's his name, but according to the roster I was given, that's who I've got as number 14. 3:17 left to go, and the Rebels send in some subs, including Riley Carrillo, Hayden Weston, Alex Bell, and Truman Huffner. Greer missed the first of 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. Second one finds its way through the nylon, and Rich breaks the 30-point barrier, 55-30. Rebels trail. Greer has 11 points. He's leading all Rebels in scoring. Top of the key, Judd at the free throw line, picks it up, dish it off to Hemingway. He's left wide open, doesn't even think about a shot. Dishes off left wing, short on the three-pointer by Hunter Rex. Greer has the Rebel rebound, dribbles through traffic, still dribbling through traffic, and then stolen by number 20, another player not on my roster, who he takes it to the other end and puts it in. 55-30. Greer, whether he was trying to do too much or just hadn't quite collected it long enough to pass it off. Greer, right wing three, just short. Rebound. Bell tries to get it away from number 20. Again, I don't have a number 20 on my roster, so my apologies. I don't know who that is. Left corner. At the top of the key, Judd for three, misses short. Rebound, Greer. Connor has a couple of rebounds here in this fourth quarter, 5 in the game. Huffner up on the left wing, 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Bounce inside, and Carrillo, into the pass intended for Carrillo. He's fouled from behind, and Riley will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. It's a 7th team foul, and Ethan Judd just picked up his 3rd. So Carrillo to the line. Riley this season in varsity action, 1 of 2 at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Join us tomorrow morning when the Rebel girls take the court. I guess it's not in the morning. 12:50 is our pregame as Rich battles Little Snake River. Oh, and a miscalculation on the scoreboard. They must have gotten the score, the foul on there super quick because that was just a 6-team foul. And so Rich inbounds from the baseline. Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Bell right side to Jaden Grohl. He misses the shot, follows his own shot, gets the rebound, and he's fouled on the right block. And Jaden Grohl will go to the line to shoot 2. And give Grohl some credit there. Knew his shot was short, fought past the box out, and got his own rebound. At the line, he hits the first of 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws. So Rebel girls tomorrow against Little Snake River. Pregame's at 12:50, and then they'll take on Saratoga. Our pregame will start at 4 for that game. That'll be followed directly by the Rebel boys against Westside at home. All those here on KDQ and mylocalradio.com. Under 2 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. North Summit with a big lead, 57-32. Right wing, Rex kicks it down in the corner, back to Rex, and then they go inside. Judd back outside. Hunter Rex for 3. Misses over the top. Alex Bell with the Rebel rebound, and trying to get it off to Huffner. He throws it right into the hands of Adam Winters, who puts it up and in, and Bell fouled him. So Alex picks up his first, and it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Winters, who can put South Summit at 59, would put him at 60 points if he hits this free throw. They came in averaging 58 per game. And a big part of that was when they scored 89 in a win over St. Joseph. Winters hits the free throw to make it 60-32. The North Summit student section cheering as a few players go to the scorer's table to check in. Alex Bell just picked up another personal foul as he reaches in to try and take the ball away. And he's confused. Oh, they called it on Hayden. That's why Bell would be confused, because he didn't think he fouled him. Well, Hayden Weston did. That's a 9th Rebel team foul, and some younger guys check into the ball game. We're going to probably have some guys I don't have on the roster. Yeah, 42, don't know who that is. 12 is Thomas West, a sophomore. 21, don't have him on the roster. We'll just go with what we've got. 60-32, a minute 18 left to go. And at the line, shooting 1-and-1 is Adam Winters. Back iron, couldn't get it to go. Rebound tipped out. Jaden Grohl has it for Rich. Pushes up the right side. A lot of pressure on him. 2 defenders. He kicks it back out to Huffner on the right wing for 3. Nope. Weston, the offensive board, and Hayden Goes back up with some aggression. He's fouled as he goes, and Hayden Weston will go to the line to shoot 2. Jaden Grohl, 4 rebounds in the game to go along with his 2 points. Trace Richens, number 42. So the Rebels will come in tonight and go 0-3 with the freshmen losing by 6, the JV losing 57-26, and the varsity final score yet to be determined, but they won't come back in this one. Hayden Weston misses both Bear Lake Realty free throws. So the score remains 60-32 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Up across the timeline, North Summit looking to run out the clock. Some guys in there who not on the roster. That's a number 5 to Trace Richens on the right wing around the top of the arc. Gives to Winters. Rebels pressuring, but they're not going to get much. With 35 seconds left to go, long pass, right baseline, good defense. 21 was cut off and throws it away. North Summit I had with just 4 turnovers entering the fourth quarter. They've turned it over 3 times here in the fourth, but those are kind of, I don't know if you really count those as far as varsity. I mean, they've really taken care of the ball well tonight is what I'm getting at. Rebels Grohl, a hard pass for Weston as he cut out. The pass goes in and out of his hands, and the Rebels turn it over for a 21st time. Out on the right wing, Richens kicks it back outside, then gets it back for the final few seconds. 6, 5, 4, Grohl continuing to contest. Richens dribbles a couple of times and then gives it back out, and North Summit wins 60-32 on the Station on Main scoreboard. This has been your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, count on us to care. Stay tuned. Got your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, the Garden City game adjustment, Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game, and the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Again, the final 60-32 North Summit with the win.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the 3rd year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit MyLocalRadio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Welcome to the post-game show. 60-32, the final on the Station on Main scoreboard. Colin, thanks for running camera. Good luck tomorrow with all the games. The Rebels final score, again, a 60-32 loss at North Summit. I'll give you some quick recap of that on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meat. And just before we get into that, though, let me do a quick legal ID, station identification.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Okay, now to the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. The Rebels on a Thursday night as part of a pretty busy and difficult week with Westside on Friday, Bear Lake on Saturday. But first, it was at North Summit on Thursday night, and it started off okay. The Rebels struggled offensively, but held North Summit to just 11 points in the first quarter. It was 11-4 at the end of one, but then the wheels came off. North Summit 23 points in the second, Rich with just 6 in the second quarter. Scored 8 in the third and 14 more in the fourth, but just 32 points and didn't do enough defensively to stop North Summit. Quentin Jones had 10 points, as did Britton Stevens. And North Summit had 9 different Braves score in the contest, and they beat Rich 60-32. Connor Greer, the only Rebel in double-figure scoring with 11 points, hit 1 3-pointer. The rest of the Rebel points came either at the free throw line or down in the paint, and not nearly enough, just 32 points in the contest. So Rich drops to 1-7 on the season. North Summit improves to 5-7. It's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. Stay tuned. We've got more of the post-game show after the break. We'll have the Rolling Kennedy shot and play of the game at Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Garden City adjustment of the game, and the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Back on the post-game show, Rich at North Summit tonight, struggling offensively. Defensively, North Summit scored about its average. They came in averaging 58.4, and the Braves tonight against Rich scored 60. But that really, I mean, you want to hold a team to less than 60 points. That's going to be tough to beat a team if you're allowing 60. But the bigger problem tonight for Rich was the turnovers and only scoring 32. Rich turned it over 21 times tonight, and that's about 6 or 8 too many. We'll see if Rich can improve on that tomorrow when they host Westside or Saturday when they play at Bear Lake. Here on the post-game show, again, on the station on main scoreboard, 60-32 was our final score. North Summit earned the win. Let's jump into the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game. And that was Connor Greer's 3. Rebels had attempted only maybe 6 or 7 3-point shots through the first 3.5 quarters, and then Greer finally found the bottom of the net on a 3 from the left corner. And that was your shot of the game. Greer buried it from the left corner. He finished with 11 points, most of those coming from down in the Bear Lake Physical Therapy paint area. That's Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet shot of the game, and the play of the game. That came in the second quarter. It's kind of a Connor Greer night, as he was the recipient of the McKay Frankham Dental Services the Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game, Connor Greer. Rebels were trailing 20-4, needing some offense, and Greer just took it into his own hands, drove and put it up and in with the left hand, laid it up for the basket. That's your Rolling Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealer. The Garden City adjustment of the game, Garden City where families play. Adjustment of the game for Rich came in to start the third quarter, because at halftime Rich had only scored 10 points. They were trailing 34-10, and sometimes you might think, well, at that point, what's the what's the point, I guess, of continuing to play and play hard? Well, Rich came out playing very hard in the third quarter, and while it was small, I guess sometimes small victories can mean a lot. Rich scored the first 4 points of that third quarter, and a big part of that was just that adjustment of playing harder, working harder, out-hustling type stuff, and that's your Garden City adjustment of the game. Garden City, where families play. And your McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Later, I mentioned the Connor Greer drive and layup. That was early in the second quarter. Later in the second quarter, Greer did more of the same. He got a rebound down on the defensive end, went coast to coast. Part of the play included a screen by Logan Muirbrook at the top of the key that freed Greer to take it all the way to the hoop for the layup. So Connor Greer, the play of the game, brought to you by the precision play of the game, brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services at reasonable rates for the entire family at they're at 170 Arrowhead Drive, number 1 in Evanston. You can give them a call at 789-8910. That's 307-789-8910 for McKay Frankham Dental Services. 60-32 the final on the Station on Main scoreboard, and Rich just not enough offensively. Missed too many shots tonight and couldn't hold a pretty athletic North Summit team to fewer points than fewer points is what it comes down to. They needed to hold them 60-32 again, the final. We'll take a quick break. We've got your Rebel Sports Update coming up, and we'll hear from Cody Lundgren about Rebel girls basketball. They've got a busy weekend, so we'll hear more about it when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
60-32, North Summit with the win over Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. And we continue our post-game coverage with the Rebel Sports Update. With Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebel girls basketball team. Coach, a split last week at Bear Lake and then at home, the win over Providence Hall.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster ride last week. You go from being down and low to being high and up, and that's just kind of how sports is. So our girls rebounded well against Providence Hall and played a very good game, and I was proud of them.
What's your take on the loss to Bear Lake? Kind of what happened in that game?
We didn't show up to play. We weren't ready. So give credit to Bear Lake. They beat us that night, and they played very well, and we didn't play very well. So I was excited to see how the girls would respond, and they responded very well against Providence Hall, and they came out and that they were very upbeat and they played hard.
So tell me about then the difference between Bear Lake being as good as we know they are and losing to them versus how good is Providence Hall? How much better did you guys play to beat them that way?
Bear Lake's coached a little bit different. Bear Lake, I thought they played better team basketball. Providence Hall had a lot of good athletes on the team. They were very fast. They had some big girls, and they were very physical. So, it wasn't just a pushover game for us. Our girls came out and handled their pressure very well, and we didn't handle Bear Lake's pressure very well on Friday. So, give it to the Gunderson girl. She punished us on the low block, and give it to Coach Messerly for getting her the ball down there on the low block.
Does that expose some things, or did you learn a lot from that loss to Bear Lake, things you need to get better at?
No, it's a great game for us. So, it depends on how you look at it, your perspective. So, we look at it what things that we're exposed that we can get better at, and we'll continue to work on those things and get better at them.
Are the girls thinking much right now about like statewide, number 2 in the RPI, and thinking about that kind of stuff?
No, we don't talk about that. Well, I don't know, Ryan. I haven't asked them about that. We don't talk about that in practice, so we just try to stay focused.
The focus this week has got to, obviously the teams you play at the Fossil Classic.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, our focus right now is things that we saw in our Bear Lake game, and we'll try to get better at some of those things and just get ready to play basketball this weekend. I don't know anything about the teams we play this week, so we'll just work real hard on what we do and go play ball.
So your focus hasn't changed. I mean, because in past, each individual win maybe didn't mean as much as getting better overall for the end of the season, whereas now maybe each individual win means more. Am I off on that?
No, I think every win is important, especially this year with the RPIs. So, I mean, you never know how it's going to shake out, and even with the RPI, even if you get like a 1 or a 2 seed, who knows with how the RPI is. I mean, you see some teams at the very top of the RPI that I don't know. I don't know who they're playing. I don't know the type of teams they're playing. I don't know anything about them. So we just got to take care of what we do. But, you know, state seeding is important. So, I mean, the RPI is important also.
Coupled with the need for your team to get better, execute better, do all your things better all the time.
Correct.
Coach, anything else we should touch on?
No, thanks, Ryan.
Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebels, good luck with Little Snake River, Saratoga, and Farson Eden this week.
Hey, thank you.
Our coverage of those 3 games just mentioned, Little Snake River, Saratoga, and I just blanked, Farson Eden, begins tomorrow at 12:50 against Little Snake River, and then at 4 o'clock for the game against Saratoga. Saturday, our coverage starts at 2:20. For Rich versus Farson Eden. Thanks so much, Coach Cody Lundgren. The Rebel boys tonight, 60-32 loss against North Summit. We'll take a quick break. We'll look ahead at the rest of the weekend when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
2 of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. Back at North Summit, post-game of the Rebels' loss at North Summit, 60-32, the final on the station on main scoreboard. And the Rebel girls get the Rebel boys. Let me start with them first. The boys get back on the court tomorrow. Tomorrow night, hosting the Westside Pirates. And the freshmen play at 4 o'clock. Is that right? Let me check on this real quick. Find it if I can. Yeah, freshmen at 4, JV at 5:30, varsity at 7 o'clock. Now, our coverage of Rebel sports will continue tomorrow. The Rebels at the Fossil Classic, the girls. And as I mentioned a moment ago, it'll be the Rich versus the varsity plays Little Snake River at 1:30, and then Saratoga at 4:30. And our coverage will start at 12:50. And then again at 3:50. The JV tomorrow takes on Star Valley's JV at 3 and Coalville's JV at 7:30 tomorrow night. And then we've got the girls versus Little Snake River and then versus Saratoga. And then we'll jump into boys coverage just as soon as I can pack up at Kemmer High School, get over to Rich High School, and get set up for the boys versus Westside. Then Saturday, the girls continue play at the Fossil Classic. JV takes on the Kemmer JV at 1:30, and the varsity takes on Farson Eden at 3 o'clock. Our pregame starts at 2:20. Following that, I'll jump in the car and drive over to Montpelier and cover the Rebel boys game at Bear Lake. Freshmen at 4, JV at 5:30, varsity pregame at 6:20.
here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. Now, also tomorrow, we will join In Progress on our sister station, not tomorrow, but Saturday on K9, joining In Progress the Wyoming men's basketball team hosting UNLV. So that's another Mountain West Conference game, and the pregame will begin at 4:30, but tip-offs at 5 o'clock. And I think we'll have I believe it's a Mountain View boys or Mountain View basketball game will probably end about 5:15, and then we'll join the Wyoming men's game In Progress. That's Saturday. And that takes us through the end of the weekend. Plenty of basketball action for the Rebels. Again, girls tomorrow in action against Little Snake River. Our pregame coverage starts at 12:50 right here on KDQ and mylocalradio.com. Once again, our final score tonight, the Rebels 32, North Summit with the win, 60-32 over Rich. Join us tomorrow. Pregame's at 12:50. Rich versus Little Snake River in girls basketball action. For tonight's videographer, Colin Pace, our producer, Preston Bush, back in the studio. I'm Ryan Steineckert. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, by Plains Tire of Evanston, the Come On In of Casper, The Store, by Evanston Regional Hospital, Weststar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive, the Bridger Valley's Jake Hibbard, and our production assistants, Preston Bush, AJ Lamb, and Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks of all to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. And like mylocalradio.com on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until next time.
Go Rich Rebel!